Lady yields. Chair recognizes Mr. Vandrew for his round of questions.
Thank you, Chairman. I love the title of this hearing, Drugs, Thugs, and Fish. Who would put that, if you weren't involved in the Coast Guard or it's one of these industries, you wouldn't know exactly how that all comes together. But it's good to see both of you again. Appreciate you being here. Just to go over a few things they've been touched on. We know the Coast Guard does what nobody else can do, enforces the law at sea, defends our maritime border, defends our legitimate commerce, defends the fishing industry. People don't realize very often that are not involved in this process how important that piece of it is too. We've had a record number of drug interdictions, as you know, and the Coast Guard is being asked to do more than any ever was asked in this area. And by the way, I wanted to emphasize it was important. I heard some other members mention some concerns they had. You know, once the drugs are in our children's bodies, we've already lost. We've got a problem. Forgetting the financial aspect of what it does to America, the billions upon billions of dollars in treatment, in social work, in medical care, in lost hours of work in a job, of destroying people's lives. So it is up to us to ensure that before that gets into America, that we stop it, whether it's on land, whether it's on sea, whether it's drug cartels, whether it's corrupt politicians. I applaud what's happening when we're working hard to prevent this from coming over. I do not see how anybody can ever defend drug cartels or those that would poison, especially the young people of this great nation. So the work that you do in that area is important. All of it's important. It's all important, but that's particularly at this time. It's good to see you all again, like I said. There are some asset gaps still, and we're doing better, and record amounts of money are coming into the Coast Guard, and that's good. Finally, for God's sake, finally, how many years we've been in this very committee room talking about this. What could we do, if anything, to even increase success in drug interdiction? Is there some areas that you think we're still not addressing as well as we could? You're both free to answer that question. Rear Admiral, why don't we start with you?
Congressman, so, you know, for us, I think it comes down to the assets and the people, you know, and I think the Big Beautiful Bill is a great start to that. You know, the Coast Guard's got to come through on our obligation to deliver these, to deliver these assets and to build out the shore infrastructure like Cape May so that we can bring more recruits through and man these. And
if I could just jump in for a second, because I've always got to say this, what is it, 85% of all the recruits are trained in Cape May, New Jersey. Happens to be in my district, and we're going to do amazing things there, as you know. Thank you.
We may have to recalculate the number based on the number of people we're moving through there right now, Congressman. So,
okay.
But I think that's one of the other thing I would say is, for us, the Big Beautiful Bill is a start. You know, there's a lot of acquisitions money that's in there. There is some depot level maintenance. To avoid going into the same cycle that Ms. McLeod helps us highlight of maintenance, we need a lift in our annual budget in order to maintain, pay for the personnel, the sustainment, the maintenance, and the re-equipping as software goes obsolete, as parts go obsolete. We need that continued support from the Congress as well.
So that, Chairman, that's something we might keep in mind and work all of us together on that issue. And you know, we always hear all these terrible things about the Big Beautiful Bill. I don't agree, and I'm trying not to be partisan here. Record amounts of money going into the Coast Guard and many other areas as well, including our airports, FAA, et cetera. So I think that there's a lot of good there as well. When you say real quickly, you might need to recalculate with the numbers going through as far as training, could you just give me a brief snapshot?
So last year we put about 5,600 people through when our annual throughput is normally about 4,200, and we had been historically low the last several years before that. So, you know, as we build out Cape May, we put new gyms, new barracks, and more things.
Again, let me thank you so much. Chairman, just so we know, under this administration, the work that we've all done, where we had, basically folks were demoralized. They weren't, you know, joining. And now we have people coming back to the Coast Guard and our military branches, proud to be part of it and joining up. And there's record numbers of increases all across the board, including in the Coast Guard. And that's why I wanted you to just articulate that. And finally, and then I know I have to stop, I have no time left, the CVC policy letter, how it impacts our fishing industry, please do not forget about that. I'm like a dog on a bone. It matters to our fishermen.